Before we begin, it's essential to start with a clean surface. Swiping away all the debris ensures a smooth and solid base for cement to bond properly. Dust, leaves, or any small particles left behind could compromise the final result. So, even though this step seems minor, it's critical for long-lasting durability. Moss can be stubborn, especially on older surfaces, and removing it thoroughly is key to ensuring the cement bonds correctly. I'm using a wire brush here to really dig it out. You can see how it flakes away, but it takes some effort. Moss might seem harmless, but it can actually cause cracks or imperfection entrapped underneath the cement. So investing time in cleaning it properly will pay off in the long run. Let me tell you a little about this project. We recently bought this house here in the Balkans, and like many older homes, there are areas that need some love and attention. Renovating this place has been a trial. Fixing up the outside is just a part of the bigger picture as we slowly transform this house and land into a beautiful place. This concrete part will give us a nice clean area to work with the future projects. So while it's not the most glamorous task and a step in our journey of bringing this home back to life. So now that the surface is clean, it's time to give it a good soaking with water. This might seem like an odd step, but it's important for two reasons. First, it prevents the ground from sucking moisture out of the cement too quickly. If that happens, the cement can dry unevenly and crack. Second, the wet surface helps the cement to spread and bond better as it cures. Next, it's time to bring in cement bags. Each one weighs around 25 kilos, so this is where the hard work really begins. Cement is heavy, and depending on how large your surface is, you will need to carry quite a few bags like this. If you are not used to this kind of physical work, take it slow and be careful. Also, I don't have rubber boots for this kind of messy work, but a little improvisation can go a long way. I wrapped my shoes in plastic bags and secured them with tape. It might not be the most stylish solution, but it works. You don't want your shoes getting soaked in cement, especially if it's a long day of work ahead. As I open the bags, you can see all the dust lying everywhere. Cement dust can get into your lungs, so it's a good idea to be cautious. I will need to get mask before I continue, but this is a reminder of how messy construction can be. Now with my dust mask on, I'm ready to go. Safety first, always. In projects like this, it's easy to overlook small things like wearing a mask. But protecting your health is a key when dealing with cement or other dust materials. Alright, back to opening the rest of the bags. Since I don't have a cement mixer, I'm going with the traditional method. First I pile the cement into a mound and make a well in the middle, a bit like making dough for bread. Slowly I will add water in the center and start mixing. This method of hand mixing may seem outdated, but it's actually a great way to control the consistency of your mix. You don't want the cement too runny, but you also don't want it too dry. There is a sweet spot, and by mixing it by hand I can feel the texture as it comes together. If you never mixed cement before like this is a more difficult task than it may seem. You add water slowly, turning the dry mix with a shovel and keep it until it reaches the right consistency. This is the real workout. Mixing cement by hand isn't just time consuming, it's a physically demanding. Every shovelful gets heavier as the water mixes in, and you have to keep turning it to make sure it's even throughout. You definitely build some arm strength doing this. And now we start spreading it across the surface, making sure it's evenly distributed. This is just the first layer. We will go over it later with a trowel to smooth it out and get that nice, even finish. But for now, it's all about coverage and making sure the base layer is solid.